here I contend that they said somewhat to the effect that I did so deliberately, but my lord, the defense thinks that to taken together all the evidence, that doesn't support the claim. That I killed the 4 children deliberately, and it doesn't seem to me, my lord, that it could hold up. So here I'll go over.
Could you interpret that, please?
Wait, yes?
I want her to first interpret what you have said.
Oludda olwabi lwasaba nti nsingisibwe emisango egy'envunaanibwa emisango 4 egy'obutemu era okusaba kwa bwoko nsaba kuleme kukkirizibwa kubanga tebaleese bujulizi bumala kunnumika era saakikola ekyokutta abaana abo kyakolebwa mu bugenderevu era ngamba nti bagamba nti nakikola mu bugenderevu naye njagala ndeete naye tebaali byongera kukakasa nti nakikola mu bugenderevu.
Mr. Okello, you can proceed.
My lord, our defense content
your defense.
Yeah, that my defense.
Yes, so, yeah. And that's what I am waiting for.
Okay. So, my lord, many claims were raised that I was completely fine mentally, and yet, my lord, it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that could have gone undetected, perhaps, and yet contributed to cause the death of the 4 children. So, my lord, defense contends that it may not be concluded yet that I was completely mentally fine to the extent that I could have prevented myself from killing the 4 children. Then another...
You can repeat that, please. Repeat that for me.
Yes?
Repeat. Would you please repeat that?
What? Yeah, I know. No, it's not there. So, my lord, where?
Yes, Mr. Okello, I'm still waiting. If you still have anything else you want to tell the court?
Yeah, I have some.
In your defense?
Yeah, it's much. much. I'm still going on. So, my lord, prosecution also.
I told you to repeat what you said because I needed to record it.
From what point, my lord?
Oludda olwabyo bayogera bingi nti nali ntegeera bulungi ng'ate waliyo ensonga endala eziraga nti saali mu mbeera yange etegeera obulungi ng'era kyekyaviirako okutta kw'abo abaana abana. Era mu kwewozaako kwange ŋŋamba nti nali siri mu mbeera ya kutegeera bulungi era ng'ekyo tekinsobozesa kubanga nsobola okuba nga ndeka.
My lord, from what point would you like me to repeat the...
Okay, I wrote that many claims were that I was completely mentally okay, and it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that may have gone undetected that could have contributed to the death of the children. Then there is a statement that you made which I missed. That's what I was asking you to repeat for me.
Yeah, I think that was all. That has to be all for that part.
Okay.
Yeah, moving on.
Please.
Another part of the case, my lord, which deals with the intention, the reason for me killing is that I did it for the riches, and I sacrificed the children, my lord, for that, and I did intentionally.
Could I please get that? Could you please repeat that?
So, my lord, the prosecution's case said that in a ritual sacrifice deliberately for riches. Right? And my lord, I have something to say to that. I made the confession. In the charge and caution statement and the plain statement and in other areas, my lord, but I was pressed hard to do so, my lord. I didn't have any choice to say anything else or what I wanted to say.
Oludda olwabi bagamba nti nakkiriza emisango gy'okutta abaana bano abana nga saddaaka okufuna obugagga, era nakkiriza nga nteeka mu statement yange yanjibwako ku poliisi. Gye baali bamaze okuntegeeza nti byonna byenjogera bisobola okukozesa ng'obujulizi, naye bankaka kuba nali sirina kyakusalawo kubategeeza ki kye nali nze njagala okubategeeza.
My Lord, I was coerced to say acceptable to them at the time. Okay, moving on. The prosecution also tendered other evidence to suggest that I was deliberate and for-minded in killing the children, like the file in the flash disk. It was a book about war from China. So that one, my Lord, I put that file on the flash disk long ago, but not so long ago, just into the country. And I don't think that evidence counts as something against me in the deaths of the 4 children, because I put it there at the time.
You're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. You're saying there was a book.
Yeah, a book.
About war.
Yeah, about
and
war.
You said you downloaded it long?
Yes, I downloaded it and
before
put it
you came to the country?
No, I was in the country at the time, my Lord. Yes, and I put the flash disk there. Other evidence, exhibits, or whatever we call them, that seem to suggest that I did this deliberately and with forethought. But, for example, my Lord, there was the beheading video searches. The videos about beheadings by ISIS.
N'okunoonyereza ku masomero g'abaana abato.
So, Okello, when you finish, you will let me know, because like I told you,
yes,
when you give an sworn statement, nobody interrupts your conversation. So when you let me know, and we shall stop.
Yes, when I'm done, I will let you know. Very. So moving on along. Yes, my Lord. The video, the school searches, and almost all the other evidence that suggests, my Lord, that I did this very deliberately. What in the end, those those events happened at a later when I did in fact make the searches and did those actions, but there was there was factors that were forcing me. I didn't even do so willingly then. And then it comes to the conclusion of defense, my lord, that do any of this actually intentionally. I mean, in the legal sense of the word. Have I tried to matter? Murder section. We're going to say defense doesn't believe.
You.
Yeah, I don't. Huh? I don't believe that I did this murder intentionally, as legally defined, and then that's one reason, my lord, why the charges, all the 4 counts, my lord, should not be. So my lord explains separately or in a different section how I came to think and act that way. I'll explain how or why I believe I was forced to act that way.
Please proceed and explain. I'm
Now?
writing. Yes.
Yes. Argument that I didn't do this intentionally as described in this section. We are going to rely on the exhibits that have already been submitted by prosecution. Yeah, and the charge and caution statement, the plain police statement also. So moving on. Here yeah, in this section I'm going to describe why I was forced to, how I believe I didn't very willingly make the police statements. In this section, I believe I'm just going to describe how I didn't make the police statements and some of the other evidence that was.
Mr. Okello, that one you said it already, and I have it on record that
yeah.
you were forced to.
Yeah, I should describe.
That one I already have it on record. You can now give me something else.
Maybe not, my lord.
Is that all?
No, there's more, but I'd like us to be sure that we have this on record, my lord.
Yes, we do. You said that the prosecution tendered in a plain statement and a confession that you said that you killed, where you confessed that you killed the children for wealth or for riches, but you were forced to write that statement.
Yeah.
And,
I believe that. I believe so. Yeah.
So that one I have it on record.
But I should say here that these are the witnesses I'm going to rely on. And this is the evidence also that I'm going to rely on. That's what I wanted to complete here.
Your witnesses, yesterday we recorded them, and there was a prayer from your lawyers that we shouldn't disclose their identities, and so I don't want you to mention your witnesses.
Okay, my lord. Moving on. In the next section, my lord, I'm going to try to show how it seemed unlikely that I could have conceived even an idea like that. And though it doesn't directly support the arguments that I didn't do it, it can indirectly. We believe so, my lord, that this section could help to support the contention that the accused did not intentionally commit did not intentionally kill the 4 children, my lord. So moving on.
Is that all?
No, we're still moving. Moving on. So in this section, I'm going to say the defense contends that the accused.
Yourself, and what is your defense?
The accused.
You are the accused.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to contend that I am a person said to be of generally good moral character, and is also said to be affectionate and kind, and is also very busy, and he's focused on his work, and is very, very hardworking. Some have said that he's fairly prosperous, maybe by Ugandan standards, and resourceful. And in light of this circumstantial evidence, it helps, or it lends credit to the argument, my Lord, that I couldn't even have conceived the idea, and so maybe alternative explanations could be carefully considered. So moving on.
Let her first interpret.
Waliwo ebyali binsindikiriza okukola naye nga saabikola mu bugenderevu era siyina kye nakola mu bugenderevu mu kuwumbawumba ku kigendererwa ky'okusikiriza nti natta mu bugenderevu y'ensonga lwaki njagala kkooti eno ereme kukkiriza misango gino. Era ngenda kunnyonnyola lwaki ndowooza nti nakatibwa oba nasindikirizibwa okukola ebyakolebwa, era nga okuwagira obujulizi bwange nti saakola byonna bye nakola mu bugenderevu, neesigama ku bizibiti ebyaleetebwa oludda oluwaabi, era nga ngenda maaso okugamba nti satta abaana bano mu bugenderevu aboogerwako abaana, era ngamba nti ndi muntu ayogerwako nti nina empisa ennungi, neeyisa bulungi, ndi wa kisa, nkola nnyo era nga ndi wa mugaso nnyo.
Okay. For this circumstantial evidence section, I'm going to complete. I'm going to contend that I had a bright future to look forward to, and I had my parents to look after, and I had what was I thought a very successful business in the making. And so, in light of all of this, my Lord, it would seem unlikely that I could do something like this. And so, to support this section, I'm going to call it a prosperous life. I'm going to rely on evidence from my dad, testimony from my dad. Testimony from my former landlord, and testimony from from the people that leased me land in Noya. Also, also on a resume, my lord, my resume. Okay, in this section, I'll call it clues. It's just also circumstantial evidence. I cannot prove directly, but it's just supporting evidence that could be useful for defense later. And here I can show, maybe it's just circumstantial, maybe it's strong, but here I try to make an argument, my lord, that I went into some distress. So this is something difficult for me, not something I voluntarily participated in. And something was happening to me that I wasn't really in control of. And maybe, my lord, maybe, my lord, this section also credit to the fact that, to my lord, that I wasn't in killing the children. And maybe, my lord, the other with more certainty that I wasn't very deliberate in the deaths of the 4 children. My lord. So moving on. Okay.
nti nayina ebiro eby'omu maaso ebitangaavu, nayina bazadde bange ab'okulabirira, nti nali mu bizinesi ng'era njolekedde, ng'era n'obulamu bwange bw'omu maaso ndaba nga bulungi. Nina obujulizi obw'okwogerako obulungi okuva eri taata wange abampangisa ettaka Enyoya, abantu abansemba mu CV yange, era nagenda mu maaso n'okwennyika mu birowoozo oba n'okuba nga ndimu ennyamivu, era nga kino tekyali kirungi nga saakola kintu kyonna mu bugenderevu, era nga nali sisobola kwebeera bikolwa saakigenderera okutta abaana bano abana.
So the section is here. I'm around mid-January to sometime mid or late March. I entered an especially distressing. And so, my lord, I was contending with certain people that I will describe in a later section. And this time, by the way, the time frame is only approximate. I really can't remember for how long, and the very precise period that I mid early January to around late March, my lord. So, my lord, I'm going to say here that certain people, um, they they um they got my attention, and they eventually, you know, my lords, they somehow began to they began to get accountability from me, legitimate or otherwise. They made increasing demands from me. And I noticed, or they made me notice, that they, you know, they had they had all these capabilities, and so, my lord, they threatened to kill me. They staked out the that neighborhood where I live. If you know what stakeout means, it means they will park a car or just stand there and watch where I'm living. They're the whole time watching me. So yeah, they staked out that Bonga neighborhood. yeah, they began to demand money, cash from me. And there was people that would mm, follow me. They follow me closely. So, my Lord, during this time, I left my home. I fled from that neighborhood for a long time. I yeah, I left that home, that small single bedroom where I was renting in Bunga, near the trading center. Then I stayed on the street for a while. I lived outside on the street. I didn't want to be um, in that secluded place too much. So I used to sleep on the street and I didn't go back to the house too much. But that much. I went there only very little, my Lord. So I didn't do too much. I was just on the run. I was out there always on the run or hiding somewhere. So, my Lord, between this the January and the March, in the later part, the very late part of this of this episode, I I tried to I tried to my Lord, I tried to end it some way somehow. So I tried a few methods. I tried a few ways to to I tried a few things, my Lord, to bring the whole thing to an end. And I tried to flee. I tried to flee the country. Then, my Lord, I tried to, um, I tried to, I tried to rob a bank. I tried to, yeah, right. Then, my lord, I tried to, I tried, my lord, to kill my brother's family. Yeah, I did. I tried to kill my brother's family.
Makati g'omwezi ogw'olubereberye okutuuka ku nkomerero y'omwezi ogwokusatu nali mu kiseera kya kwennyika birowoozo era nalina abantu be nali nsika nabo omuguwa nga mu kiseera ekyo sisobola mwezi ogwa January okutuuka mu mwezi ogwokusatu waliwo abantu abatandika okubaako bye bankozesa era nga balina embalirira okuva gye ndi era bayina ebyenjawulo ng'era bingi nakizuula nti balina obusobozi bwonna bantiisatiisa okunzita balinga bagumba awantu okumpi n'ewange ng'era obudde bwonna bantambulizaako amaaso gye nali mbeera ebbunga era batandika okukanda ssente enkalu era abantu bannondoolanga mu kiseera kino nagezaako okudduka era nga nava we nali nsula mu kazigo era akazigo ako ke nali mpangisa ebbunga mu trading center nakaleka ne ntandika okubeera nga nsula bweru ku luguudo era saddangayo eri mu nju yange era naddangayo bbalirirwe era buli ssaawa nalinga nziruka n'okwekweka wakati w'omwezi gwa January n'ogwokusatu nagezaako ebintu eby'enjawulo era nga nagezaako okuba nga nkomekkereza ebintu bino nagezaako okudduka mu ggwanga nagezaako okunyagulula bbanka nagezaako n'okutta famire ya muganda wange.
Ms. Okello, are you still?
And yes, my lord, that is all for that distress section. For this section, all of this but we're almost done. All of this but we're almost done. Yes, we're almost done. So this is the last section. Yeah. So some of them seem to be very young men, maybe even teenagers, but not very young. Late teens. The younger ones, they wore they wore very new clothes and and the people that these people that in this category the defense. I mean, I contend that these friends, as I put it, had something. My actions on the second, my lord. So, closing, my lord, I believe that that the honorable court shouldn't honor the prayer for should not be honored.
Mr. Okello?
Yes, my lord, that is all.
Thank you very much.
Abalankana ngamba nti abantu ab'enjawulo basinkanire abamu nabasinkananga nnyo abamu era sabasinkanako naye nga baali babitatu binasinkana nga baali bavubuka emyaka egy'ekkumi ng'era baalinga bambala engoye ng'era baalinga bansinkana nga bwe babusinkana bambuuzaako nga bayogera erinnya lyange erisooka Chris era nga olumala okumbuuza nga beeyongerayo baavanga gye mba ntunudde nga nabo gye bava nga bambuuzaako nga beeyongerayo makubo gaabwe binakolanga ennaku z'omwezi 2 era nsaba emisango gino egy'okutta eginvunaanibwa ginzigibweko kubanga oludda terwaleeta bujulizi bumala nti nakikola nkigenderedde era nsaba emisango gino ginzigibweko.
I want us to take a health break of 20 minutes, and when we come back, we shall listen to evidence of Mr. Okello's witnesses.
Twegenda kuwummulamu kumala eddakiika 2 bwe tukomawo tuwulire abajulizi ba Okello.
Coming back at half.
Tweta consistent pelvic pain nkushanga omuntu we nobwatagira emico kuyarugire omu micwe yasigara nashasha munongo omunda nto obusaso bw'omuntu arikukurra nkarikutonekara nkahanta haza ekironda kyona kikozire hata okuhaba nibyo oshanga ngu omuntu ogwe nashasha munonga aine kutandika kwebuuza obuzibu buri ki oshanga omuntu nashasha